What's going on YouTube? Today I have the Asus Air Vision M1 XR glasses. This is the glasses that I really want to love so much. It does something so well, so good that the closest competition to it is like almost light years behind. Okay, maybe not to the extreme, but it just so happened to be the worst glasses I have ever reviewed. And let me give you a little bit of a backstory. So lately, I've been feeling the need for some kind of excitement with XR glasses. I've been looking for just something to excite me. And I just, I don't know, it just doesn't, nothing seems exciting right now. And a while back, I heard about the Asus Vision M1 that was coming out. And I remember seeing it, but I saw that it had a 38 degrees field of view. I was immediately disappointed. I was just like, no, I'm not interested because at this time right now, the standard is 46. So if you have a device that is going to be coming out in the future that's 38 degrees field of view, that's terrible. I'm not interested at all. But once again, lately I've been looking for some kind of excitement, and then I saw an ad for these glasses again, and I saw the spatial computing, the PC software, the multitasking. I was like, man, I think I want to check this out. But the glass, and then also the glasses is $700. I'm like, why did Asus make a glasses that is $700? What is so interesting about these glasses? And I was really curious. I searched on YouTube. I found one video. The person was talking about how good and great these glasses is, but I was skeptical, and I also just wanted to try it myself. And then also I saw on Amazon it had a 2.8 star review. That was like, that's kind of low. But me being me, the ratings on Amazon doesn't really bother me as much when it comes to tech because, for example, this is an incredible mouse that I really love. I personally love. And this mouse has like 3 stars on Amazon, but if I give it a rating based on how much I love this, it would have been a 5 star. So as you guys can see, two people can use the same product and have two completely different opinion. And there are just a bunch of things that I buy off Amazon that have low stars, but just happens to be great for me. So when I saw it was a 2.8 star, I was like, I'm very tech savvy. I can probably figure out what the issue is and maybe still enjoy it. So I bought it anyways. And now using these glasses, I can see why it was rated a 2.8 stars. First off, the hardware is good. I personally love the way it looks. I think it looks really good. The optics is different. It's not unlike any other glasses. So this is what the optics looks like. This is what literally every other XR glasses looks like except the Xrio 1 Pro, which is not out yet. Everyone has broad optics. This one just looks completely different. So you have this glasses right here, which feels good, which looks good. In my opinion, is very comfortable. It has a proximity sensor right here, and it has an ambient light sensor, which means that the brightness will automatically change based on the environment that you are, which is pretty nice and great. I think this is the only glasses that has that. I could be wrong, but anyways, the issues with these glasses start with hardware. The speakers are terrible. Like previously, I said that the Rainier Air 2, not the Air 2S, the Rainier Air 2 had the worst audio quality of any XR glasses I had ever tried. This takes the cake. It is worse. It's terrible. Really bad audio. And then these optics are just absolutely terrible. Not only is it 38 degrees field of view, it is unusable. This is the first and only glasses that legit made my eyes hurt from the moment I put it on. To try and read anything text is just absolutely terrible. It's unusable. As far as the text is just so blurry, uh videos and everything just does not look sharp at all. I don't know what Asus was doing when they made the hardware for this, because and there is no physical button. The only way to interact with it is gesture, so you have to slide or tap, and it's just finicky. It's not, I mean, I just don't know what Asus was thinking. It doesn't have a phone software, so you can't really go in and dial in the text or anything like that. So on a mobile, it's just basically unusable. And then on a PC, which has a PC software, it is you can adjust the IPD, but and you can adjust the distance, but I just could not get it right to where I can actually read text. Text is absolutely horrendous. It's unusable. Like the display, the optics is absolutely terrible, but the PC software is so good. Whoever made the PC software needs to get a thumbs up, and whoever made and designed the hardware, I hate to say it, but you get a massive thumbs down, because having such a great PC software, but but having such a terrible optics and display is just like, it's almost like having a Ferrari with a 1000 horsepower massive V8, but you have no gas and you have no tires. So you can't go nowhere, and you can't even sit in and look pretty because there is no wheels. It's like it's massively handicapped by its hardware. Like, I can understand if the audio was bad, because then you can just always plug in a Bluetooth headphones. If the field of view was a bit more narrow or just smaller at 38, it's fine as long as you can still see the display. But when the display is terrible and you have a hard time focusing, I don't wear glasses. I've never had a vision problem. I've never had vision problem with any previous glasses. But with this one, things are blurry. I cannot see the text. I am frustrated because I really want to love these glasses. They actually remind me of the Features glasses as far as aesthetics. They look really good. I like the way they look. The light shade actually magnetizes on it. Very nice, like just magnetic, and it comes in the box. But at $700, Asus, you have no excuse to make such a terrible glasses at $700. Like, this is not worth. I don't want to say this is not worth $100, because it's not worth anything because you can't use it. I mean, I guess if somehow you can see and use these glasses, this will be worth a couple $100. But if you're not able to actually use it, then it really isn't worth anything. I would not pay $50 for this because it is unusable. The things that I was able to see on the PC software, I just had to like really try hard to see something. And anyways, I'm gonna get behind the camera or behind the computer and show you guys what the PC software looks like, because it is absolutely incredible. It's just such a shame that the hardware is so bad. Okay, what you're looking at right now is the PC software for the Asus Air Vision M1. I have multi windows set up right now. So in the middle, I have my Edge browser. On the left side, I also have my Edge browser on YouTube. On the top view, I have DaVinci Resolve open. As you guys can see, I am currently editing a video for the Rainier Air 3S in this ultra wide display, which I chose to put up here. And then to my right, I have the Bamboo Lab A1 Bamboo Lab Studio open because I am printing something that I recently just made, which is some kind of size storage. But anyways, so the software itself is pretty customizable. It's actually the most customizable of any PC software for XR glasses that I've pretty much ever used. It's very, very well thought of as far as the PC software. Wherever I move my eyes, that's where the cursor will go. Right now the cursor is here, right? If I move my eyes to the middle, my face to the middle, you can see the cursor moved. That's really, really nice. If I move it to the top, as you can see, the mouse automatically moves up there. And you can disable that if you want. If you don't like that option, you can always go here, go to app preference. That's not even weird, but you can see I'm running in light mode right now. But you can go into gesture, and yes, you can see, you can disable it right here. So as far as the gesture on the glasses, these are the gestures. The disappointing thing is though, you can't change the gestures, so you are fixed to this. I wish you could change it. That way I can adjust brightness if I want to with a different method. Instead of swiping, I can adjust switching mode with one finger double tap. Like, I wish I could just change it to something customizable, but that's where you can find it. And here you have your distance settings, where you can change your IPD and you can change the distance of the screen. For example, it's close right now and I can make it super far from me. So as you guys can see, I can fit the whole windows into my field of view, but obviously this is too small. I won't be able to see anything. And I can also bring it super close to the point where it's just way too big. Or you can move it to somewhere, right here in the middle. And then the IPD, you can adjust it however you want, and you can see the thing moves right or left to accommodate for your IPD. I would say though, no matter what I do, just can't seem to get text to be crystal clear. Text just seems blurry, and I can't see myself using this for hours just because, like, it's so, like, for example, this right here, it's really hard for me to read this. I keep trying so hard to focus, and if I zoom in, if I bring the distance closer, so so I can read the text, but then everything else is too big. I have to move my head around a lot, and this is just, it's so it's not the software itself, it's the glasses. Like, the software is very, very well thought of. Like, it's very solid. I don't have any issues at all on my computer, at least. But the glasses itself, the field of view is too narrow, is too blurry. You can change your display settings right here. I also like this because you can change to like different color temperatures. You have office, you have game. I'm not sure if the color temperature is actually projecting to the glasses, but I can see it in the optics. So I don't know if you guys can see it in the screen recording. I would have to see it when I take a look again. You can change the brightness here, or you can use the gesture on the glasses to adjust the brightness. And here is where the real magic is. So this is my current setup for my screen. As you guys can see, I have the ultra wide display right here, and I have my small window, this one right here on this on the left side. And here you can also disable seeing physical monitor, and then you can choose different modes. You can even go up here and set up like this ultra wide to be here. You can just completely customize this view right here. For example, you can move this, you can move that, you can move it, and just have your displays everywhere. But I'm not gonna click on apply, because if I click on apply, it's gonna completely change everything. You can have this set up this way, and every time you connect your glasses, it's always gonna show up in this exact method that you last used. You can also use an infinity mode, which will give you just one big giant curve display. You can also go to game mode, which is supposed to reduce lag, although this glasses is limited to 72 hertz when you are on VR mode, and when you are on screen extended, when you're in extended view, it's only 60 hertz. You have a working mode, which would also show you different different or different arrangement for the VR display, which you can also adjust, but I'm gonna switch over now to a different mode, that way I can show you guys. As you guys can see, I can add more displays. This is what I have set up right now. I can literally just keep adding more and more displays, and it would just keep making it bigger and bigger and bigger. It would just go crazy. But this is what I got right now, this right here minus this. So let me close this. You guys can see I have a 36 by 9. This is a ultra wide display. This here is a super ultra wide display at 48 by 9. This here is a regular 16 by 9, 16 by 9, and a 16 by 9. As you guys can see, the customization for this thing is just crazy, and it is extremely stable and no blurry edges, no shakiness. I mean, this thing is, if these glasses were good, if the optics were good, if text were readable, this would be hands down literally the best productivity glasses. Like, the only thing that fails this is the field of view and the poor optics, because god man, it is so hard to read the text on this thing. But lord, look at the customize, being able to have so many different windows open, different sizes, is just incredible. Asus need to stop making glasses and start making PC software for all these companies, and let them pay them so they can make money from making PC software and leave the hardware to all these other companies. Or Asus need to seriously step up their hardware up, that way it can match the PC software, because this PC software is hands down the best PC software I have ever used for any XR glasses. This is incredible. This is amazing. Super, super incredible. But the field of view and the sharpness just fails it. Even if the field of view remains the same, at least it would have been so much better if it wasn't blurry. Like, I have tried every possible setting I can try, and I just can't get this thing to be sharp. Have a settings that we can adjust text, or give us a better display, a better field of view, and break down the price. Because man, $700, I mean, yeah. Anyways, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.